Srisailesh Dayabatram, Dibaktyadi Gunarnavam, Yatindra Pravanam Vande Ramyaja Mataram Munim, Lakshminada Samarambham, Nathayamana Madhyamam, Asmadacharya Paryandham Vande Guru Parambaram, Yonityam Achyutapadaham, Bhujayukma Rukma, Vyamogatastathitarani Trinayamene, Asmat Gurur Bhagavatosya Dhayekasintoho, Ramanujasya Charanau Sharanam Pravatye, Matha Pitha Yuvadayas Dhanaya Vibhudiki, Sarvam Yadeva Niyamena Matanvayanam, Adhyasya Nah Kollapatir Vakulaviramam, Shrimattatangrayugalam Pranamami Mudhna, Bodham Sarascha Mahadahvaya Bhattanada, Shibhaktisara Kulasekara Yogi Vahan, Bhaktangrenu Parakala Yatintra Mishran, Srimat Parangushamunim Pranatosmi Nityam. Sri Vishnu Chitta Kulanandana Kalpavalli, Sri Rangaraja Harichandana Yoga Drishyam, Sakshat Shamam Karunaya Kamalami Vanyam, Bodhamananya Sharana Sharanam Pravatye. Namaskaram to all. Continuing Kodinachiyar's Thiruppavai, today we are in the Pashuram of 24 in the Margazhi month. So far, Andal started to interact with Kannan. In the first two Pashurams of waking up Kannan, she just postured herself as even being enemy or even as a devotee, like the kings who left all the ahankaram and mamakaram, and only as a means of the lotus feet as a means to get to Emperuman is what that she taught us. Then she had the liberty of asking Kannan to get up and sit, come out of his room, which is what we call Unkoyil, and come out and then sit in the great supreme Simhasanam for Emperuman is what in the previous Pashuram that we enjoyed. So Kannan must have got up from his bed. Kannan must have at least made a few steps towards this supreme throne, what Andal refers to here, and he is going to sit. So she, in between, when he got up and he is coming and sitting in the posture, Kannan must have walked few steps. Andal got the beauty of the walking of Kannan. And this is the Tiruvadi, that means the lotus feet of Emperuman Kannan. The beauty of that one and how beautifully he is walking is what that she saw that. And in this Pashuram, she is going to do the Mangalasasanam of that particular, the steps what Emperuman has made with the various incarnations, and then she is going to do that Mangalasasanam. This we call it out in the terms as Thiruppallandu. She has learnt this from her own father, Periyalvar. Periyalvar has got the uniqueness amongst all the Alvars. When he had the blessings of Emperuman with the Garudalvar and Thayar, with the Shanku and Conch, with all those things, Emperuman comes and gives the darshan to Periyalvar. So Periyalvar, on looking at the beauty of that Emperuman, he immediately thought that there will be some type of a dosham. So Emperuman should, the beauty of the Emperuman, if somebody sees, we call it out in Tamil as a kanpattu poi vidikirathu. So this, he immediately thought that there should not be any harm, nothing should happen to Emperuman is what that he was immediately thinking, not by himself asking for something, because Emperuman has come here and then not requesting something for himself, and then immediately started to sing about something called as the Thiruppallandu. From his lotus feet onwards, everything up to his Thiruabhishekam, everything has to live long. So he is giving the blessings of living long of Emperuman's every, the Vyayudangal, Thayar within Emperuman and so on, which we call it out as a Thiruppallandu in the 4000 Divya Prabandham. This is the first Prabandham, and without chanting this Prabandham, we don't even chant any other Prabandham. That is the greatness of Periyalvar. So Andal is a daughter of Periyalvar, and then she has learned everything about Kannan from Periyalvar. And so when she saw the beauty of Kannan walking, then immediately she has to do that Tirupallandu of that lotus feet of Kannan. And that is what this Pashuram of today is a beautiful. She has a 6 steps that she is going to praise about Kannan, but it has got a great different incarnations in which Emperor has done. Those things have been explained into this Pashuram. Let us do the Anusanthanam of the Pashuram and enjoy the meaning. அன்று இவ்வுலகம் அளந்தாய் அடிபோற்றி சென்றங்கு தென்னிலங்கை செற்றாய் திரள் போற்றி பொன்றச் சகடம் உதைத்தாய் புகழ் போற்றி கன்று குணிலாய் எரிந்தாய் கழல் போற்றி குன்று குடையாய் எடுத்தாய் குணம் போற்றி வென்று பகை கெடுக்கும் என் கையில் வேல் போற்றி என்றென்றும் சேவகமே ஏத்திப் பறைகொள்வான் இன்றியாமந்தோம் இரங்கேலோர் எம்பாவாய். She makes 6 times potri, potri, potri. Potri means praising, praising. So the lotus feet has been praised 6 times into this Pashuram. And this is, Acharyas used to specify this as the 6 types of the taste one has got into a tongue. And we enjoy the 6 types of the taste. But here, our inside soul needs the 6 types of blessings that, or the praising what Andal gives is the one, what is that one giving a big taste to our soul is what that they refer to. And that is the greatness of this Pashuram. Andru ivvulagam alandai adipotri. She is again taking, if you remember that one in the first 10 Pashurams, she took the Trivikramadvaram, Ungi Ulagalanda Uttaman Verpadi, the Trivikramadvaram, Vamanavataram, then Emperor grown up as a Trivikrama Peruman for Bali Chakravarti. So he wanted to get those of the Indra's wealth, what Bali took. So he wanted to get it back. So he went and as a small dwarf, and then he wanted to get back. And then with 2 feet, he measured the whole world, universe, all the upper world as well as the world here. And then the 3rd feet, Bali could not give. And then he got all the wealth back from Bali. And such is the greatness of that Emperor. She did that in the first 10 Pashura, first 10 of that, there is 1 time. Then in the second 10, she had 1. And there is in the third 10, she is also praising Trivikra Peruman. Andru ivvulagam alandhai. That means, Andru means in that particular yuga, you came as a Vamana, and then you has grown up as a Trivikrama Avataram. And with that lotus feet, the 2 feet, what the lotus, with 1 feet, you blessed all of them in this world. With the other feet, all the other devas in the other parts of the world has been blessed. So that feet is what that she is referring to. Andri ulagam alandai adipotri, that lotus feet. We are just praising that lotus feet. So here she is referring to the Trivikrama Avataram as the first incarnation, and that lotus feet has to be praised. Chendrangu Tennilangai Chetrai Thiral Potri. Next, she is moving to now. Emperor was in a standing posture and doing a Thiruvadi up and down. Now, even for that standing posture itself, she is praising. In the Rama Avataram, Emperor has walked from Ayodhya till Sri Lanka by foot. And so, such a great lotus feet which walked from Ayodhya to all the way to Tirupallani into the southern part of India, and then to Sri Lanka, he made all the steps towards Sri Lanka. So that particular Thiruvadi, that particular lotus feet has to be praised. So she takes the Rama Avataram here in the second line. Chendrangu means, we saw that one. The Emperor's strength is that he goes inside to the enemy's place, and then he does the war with either it is Kamsa or Ravana. He went there to their place and then he fought against them. It is not them, they came for a war, but he went into that one. That is the boldness with which Emperor goes there. Chendrangu Tennilangai Chetrai, you went into the Sri Lanka, and then Chetrai, whom the Ravana was killed, the Adharma was killed there, and you did that one. Such a great lotus feet which walked from Ayodhya till Sri Lanka is the one which we are praising. So she is praising in the second line the Rama Avataram. So in the first line, Trivikrama Avataram, Vamana Trivikrama Avataram, the Mangalasasanam was done. Mangalasasana means she is praising the glory, and always we call that as a Mangalasasana. She has taken here to do the Mangalasasana. Chenrangu Tennilangai Chetrai Thiral Potri. Third, she is taking the Kannan avatar. Pundrachagadam Udaithai Pugal Potri. Now, even Rama Avataram or Trivikrama Avataram or grown up stages of Emperorman. So, Emperorman, he was in a standing posture. Emperorman was in a walking posture. She had the first two lines. Now, Emperorman is in a cradle. She is just a 6 months or 7 months baby. And then he is in a cradle. Kannan was in a cradle, and Yashoda has just left. She gave all the milk and everything, and then she left for a few minutes, giving certain types of dolls to play. So we give it for kids, no, the babies. So it was a small chakra or what type of a doll, and that was a wheel doll. And then the baby was looking at the wheel, and suddenly that wheel became like a big wheel, and there was a Rakshasa, the Ashura was coming, which is the Chakadashuran who comes. So the Rakshasa for Kanna was coming from various forms, from his own friends while playing, or it could be Bhutanai who came as a posture of mother. Here Chakadashuran comes as a doll, as a chakra doll, and then he became like a big doll, and then from there Rakshasa came to kill this particular small baby. The 7 months, that 6 months, the small baby's lotus feet, you would say that one, no? In Tamil called Pinchu, called her. And that type of a soft, with that Tiruvadi, this Ashura did not have the blessings. When this baby pushed, he died. Because he was really a bad person, that Tiruvadi was not giving a blessings to him. And so Pondrachagadam Udaithai, that means you just pushed him with your lotus feet, and then the Sakadashuran has to die. And you killed him with your lotus feet. That lotus feet has to be praised. So she takes the Kannan Avataram. All these things Andal is enjoying because she has not seen anything onto that age, where she was not into all those yuga. She is in the Kali Yuga. So they are the Gopikas who were there with Kannan. They enjoyed the Kannan's prabhava. But Andal and her friends, they are in the Kali Yugam. They have not seen. So she is trying to bring back that memories. And at that time, we were not there to praise your lotus feet. And we are praising it now. These are all happened under. Under means it happened some time back. And we are coming here today and doing that. Mangalasashanam is what that she is doing. Pundrachagadam Udaitai. This is a Shakadashuran is the Rakshasan who came in that form of a wheel, and Kannan, which is he is a very baby with his lotus feet, he pushed him, and then the Shagadashuran was killed. That Pundrachagadam Udaitai Puhal Potri Kandrukunilai Erindai. So here only one Rakshasa came, Shagadashuran. For Kamshan had a lot of plans. So he tried many plans, no, like sending Bhutanai. So here there are two Rakshasas together came. One took the form of a little calf, as a small cow, which is a calf. Then the other one as a fruit. We call it out as in Tamil as a vilamparam. I do not know exactly in English, but vilamparam is a fruit which is on the tree, which is very big. It may be like a jackfruit or whatever it is, but it is a very big one. So the calf is they make a plan that Kannan is going to come. I'm going to just chase him into this one, and then the fruit has to fall in his head, and then these Rakshasas were planning to kill Kannan. So this is Kandru Kunila Hirindai. What Kannan, he learned this plan. So when he came, he took that particular small calf as a stick. So he started to rotate, and then he beat that particular fruit, and the fruit got fully damaged. And both the Rakshasas, who was in the form of a calf and who was in the form of a fruit, was killed. And those were the two, Aschashuran and Kabitsashuran. There are two Ashuras who came, and they were in this form of a small calf and fruit. And you did that one. Kandrukunilai Yerindai Kadal Potri. That lotus feet you came and you walked towards them, and then you took that calf as a stick, and then you broke that particular fruit. In terms of that one, both the Rakshasas were killed. That lotus feet has to be praised. So we did not have that particular blessings to be there with you to enjoy that. That's what Antal is telling. Kundrukudayai eduttai gunam potri. The next one she is telling. So these are all the Asuras who comes from Kamsha. So they were the enemies of Kannan. The enemies of Kannan came in this particular form as Indra. Indra sometimes he misbehaves and he has sometimes thinking wrong. So once he got wild and then he started to make a big rain in this higher party for 7 days continuous rain, and he was making flood. So there were a lot of cows and animals and all the people in the higher party has to be protected. So Kannan, what he did, he protected. He took the Govardhana Giri. There was a mountain called Govardhana mountain. So he took his hand and then he raised it on top of them and gave shelter to all of these animals and the gopikas when these 7 days of the rain. Indra tried everything, but beyond this Govardhana rock, the rain could not drop into this. So he saved through, this is what Andal refers here as Kundruk Kudaya Edthai. Kuda means it's the umbrella. So the Govardhana rock, the Govardhana mountain became the umbrella for the whole higher party, both the cows and the animals and all the gopikas and all the people who were living. So you saved them all, and that particular character, what a character. You became one of them within the higher party. You didn't show that he was a Indra. You would have done immediately, but Indra becomes, he is part of the Devas. So Emperorman always helps Devas. But even then, you wanted to be one of them within the higher party people, and then you saved them as one of them. And that is a great character, Kanna, and that has to be praised. This is what Antal tells here. வென்று பகை கெடுக்கும் நின் கையில் வேல் போற்று. Now she realized, Andal suddenly she realized that she is, oh my, in one particular Pashuram, what we should be learning from all the 4,000 Pashurams of Emperoman, so Alvars, where we should be knowing all this glory one by one about Rama Avataram or Trivikrama Avataram or Kannan Avataram. She just put that into all of them into this Pashuram. That means if somebody, those enemies who reads through this one, they will know everything about Kannan, everything about. So there could be something harm to Kannan. So this is the thinking that always the true devotees, Emperorman is a supreme. He will not have those. He can tackle all those enemies. But even then, Andal thinks herself, I have revealed all the secrets of Emperorman, being a Trivikraman or a Raman or Kannan. I have revealed everything through this Pashuram to someone. So now I should be hiding something. So this is what they told. They, even in the near world, in the real world, people do not tell directly things what they are doing. So they just indirectly tell you because they are afraid of something will happen to them. So the same thing that Andal tells, oh, I should not expose all these things in one Pashuram. And suddenly she changes. All these things, good things, are not because of Emperorman. It is because of a particular weapon that he is having, which is referred as a veil. It is one type of a weapon. And so because the greatness of that particular weapon, that's why he has done all these things. She just suddenly changes because somebody should not think that it is all the greatness and the glory of the Kannan, and then Kannan gets those, the Kanpattu Vidudal. This is what Periyalvar also thought, that people, when they are just looking at, we do that for babies, mothers do that for baby. They decorate all the babies with all the flowers and things, and then finally they think that one, if others' eyes are there on my baby, then something bad will happen. So they do not let the baby. So they put a small the black mai into their cheeks. So that is the same way now Andal takes this. There shouldn't be anything harm to Kannan. So suddenly she adds the word, Vendru pagai gadukkum nin kaiyil vel potri. All these things are because of the weapon that you are having. So I just, so suddenly she changed her words. But this is the great devotion or the fear the true devotees would have, which Periyalvar also had. And Andal also is reflecting that character here. என்றென்றும் சேவகமே ஏத்திப்பறை கொள்வான். So we have come here. So all this glory, the Mangalasasanam, what Andal is praising, is about Kannan. And we wanted to come and do என்றென்றும் சேவகமே. That means every moment we wanted to do the service, the Kainkariyam to Emperuman. This is the biggest benefit, what we saw that in the Palan. We say that being with Emperuman in Sri Vaikuntham and doing the Kainkariyam for every moment for Emperuman, which is a Nitya Kainkariyam we call, and that Kainkariyam Palan is the greatest one. Here she is referring here as Chevagame, Endrendrum Chevagame. We would like to do the complete service to you. We would like to do the Kainkaryam to your lotus feet. Endrendrum Chevagame, Yetippare Gulvan. Please accept us and give that Moksham. Who is the Parai? Parai is the one which is the Sri Vaikuntham Moksha Pradatman or Emperuman who gives that Moksham. So please give us that particular opportunity to do a full Kainkaryam, Nitya Kainkaryam to this lotus feet is what that Antal is now. Now she has got all the liberty. She is talking to Kannan. She has done everything in the proper way of reaching to Kannan's lotus feet. Now she is requesting what is the Palan. So in Sri Vaishnavism, there is only non-materialistic Palan that one asks for is that you can go and ask to Emperuman one Palan. That means give your lotus feet itself. We wanted to do the Kainkaryam, Nitya Kainkaryam. That propti has to be there. That can be definitely, we can ask with Emperuman. He is the only one who can give us that particular Palan. And that is what the benefit, what she is raising here. So, Yetipparegalvan, Indriyam Bandom, all these things she told, Andru. That means it happened, all those things happened in the past where Andal was not there. Be it Trivikrama Avataram or Rama Avataram or Krishna Avataram also, she has only learnt it through Periyalvar, those stories, but she was not living in the Dwapara. You come to enjoy that one. So these are all happened. But today, we have a blessings. We have come and seen you. Indriyam Bandom. Today we are here, Kanna. Please bless us. And we wanted to do the service to you, to your lotus feet, is what Indriyam Bandom. Irangu Elor Mbhavai. Please show a mercy to us and accept us and allow us to do this one, is what the great way. This Pashuram is a Mangalasasana Pashuram, and Andal has shown the character, what she learned from Periyalvar in terms of praising the glory of Emperuman and thinking that there should not be any harm that should happen to Emperuman from the eyes of others, is what that the great character that is being also shown here. And in this way, now she, because you could see that one, between the previous Pashuram and this Pashuram. In the previous Pashuram, she only asked Kannan to come and sit. But it should have happened in between that Kannan should have walked at least a few steps from his own koil and then the Simhashanam. So that footsteps is what that it happened. And Andal would have seen that one, and immediately she sings, because otherwise between 23rd Pashuram and 24th Pashuram, there is no something like Kannan is walking. There is no explicit statement that it's a reading in between lines. No, there is no explicit statement of Kannan walking, but Kannan should have got up from his bed. He should have walked a few steps and then he should have sat. And she enjoyed the sitting position in the previous already. And then the standing post and the walking posture that immediately she captures. And that particular lotus feet has been praised here beautifully with all the incarnations of Emperuman and doing the Mangalasashanam. This way, she is requesting to do the Nitya Kainkaryam to Emperuman. And let us look, she is going to still praise certain glories in one more Pashuram to Kannan, and then she is going to request what else additionally that she needs as part of the benefit of this particular Vratam that she has started with the girls. We will enjoy that Pashuram in tomorrow's Pashuram. Srimati Ramanujaya Namaha. Alvargal Tiruvadigalai Sharanam, Emperumanar Tiruvadigalai Sharanam, Jiyar Tiruvadigalai Sharanam, Acharyan Swami Tiruvadigalai Sharanam.